What if I told you that every blockbuster you've ever loved, from The Matrix to Game of Thrones, traces its DNA back to a single man? A man who lived 2,500 years ago. His name was Aeschylus, and he is remembered as the father of tragedy, the man who transformed storytelling into theatre and theatre into the foundation of modern entertainment. Before Aeschylus, theatre was different. Greek plays had only one actor, speaking or singing with the chorus. Imagine a stage where the actor never has anyone to argue with. No conflict, no tension. It was Aeschylus who added the second actor, what Aristotle calls the deuteragonist. And with that single innovation, drama, as we know, was born. For the first time, characters could face off against each other, rivals, lovers, enemies, and audiences could watch conflict unfold on stage. This was the spark that would ignite thousands of years of storytelling. Aeschylus lived between 523 and 456 BC during the Golden Age of Athens. He is believed to have written between 70 and 90 plays. But tragedy is cruel. Only 7 have survived intact. The Persians, 7 against Thebes, the Suppliants, the great trilogy known as the Oresteia, and the mysterious Prometheus Bound, whose authorship is still debated. The rest lost forever, burnt or forgotten in the passage of time. Imagine watching 90 seasons of your favorite series and then losing all but 7 episodes. That's what we have today. Of these 7, one stands out for being unlike any other, the Persians. Written in 472 BC, it is the only surviving Greek tragedy that deals with contemporary events. Instead of myths or gods, it stages the Persian defeat at the Battle of Salamis, a battle Aeschylus himself fought in. Through the grief of the Persians, the Athenians saw both their victory and the cost of war. It wasn't just entertainment, it was collective memory. Theatre was history, philosophy, and politics, all performed under an open sky. But perhaps Aeschylus' greatest gift is the Oresteia, the only surviving trilogy of ancient theatre. 3 plays performed one after another on the same day. Agamemnon tells the story of the king returning home from Troy only to be murdered by his wife. Clytemnestra. The libation bearers follows their son Orestes as he takes revenge by killing his own mother. And the Eumenides sees Orestes pursued by the Furies, spirits of vengeance, until the goddess Athena intervenes, creating the first trial by jury. It is more than myth, it is a story of justice evolving from blood feud to law. It is the blueprint for every saga, every cinematic universe we know today. Then there is Prometheus Bound, a play so radical some scholars believe it may have been written by Aeschylus' son, Euphorion. Prometheus, punished by Zeus for giving fire to humanity, chained to a rock in eternal torment. It is rebellion against tyranny, the price of knowledge, the suffering of those who dare to challenge the gods. From this play echoes the spirit of every rebel in literature, from Milton's Satan to Frankenstein's monster. Aeschylus may be ancient, but his fingerprints are everywhere. The Red Wedding in Game of Thrones, straight out of Agamemnon's bloody banquet. Hamlet haunted by his father's ghost, Orestes hunted by the Furies. Courtroom dramas and legal thrillers, they are a debt to the Eumenides, where Athena presides over the world's first trial, every science fiction rebel. Neo in The Matrix, Katniss in The Hunger Games carry the fire of Prometheus. And yet, Aeschylus himself never bragged about his plays. The inscription on his grave mentions nothing of theatre. It simply honors him as a soldier at Marathon, a citizen of Athens. For him, belonging to the city was greater than personal fame. But the world remembers differently. We remember him as the man who gave humanity its first great tragedies. So the next time you sit in a theatre, binge a Netflix series, or lose yourself in a movie, remember Aeschylus, the man who taught us that stories are not just about heroes and gods, but about conflict, justice, and what it means to be human. From him, literature began, and from him, the world of storytelling will never end. Thank you.